Hello and welcome back to another episode of NOTaVXR. So today is a bit of maintenance. We have the cabin air filter replacement, which is probably something that you should do really. I mean, I have been putting it off for a very long while because it means I have to take the glove box out, which I really couldn't be asked to do. So we're going to do it today. So I'm going to bring you along for the ride and show you all the steps to do it. All right, let's get to it. First bit's nice and easy. You got 1, 2, under here, 3, 4, and then I'm pretty sure when you take it out, this might need to come out as well. So after having actually done this, you don't actually need to remove the glove box to get to the cabin filter, but it does make it slightly easier trying to maneuver it in, because it is definitely a pain to try and get in once you're sort of installing it. And this is what I meant, because that panel sits behind the sort of weathering strip, so just be careful you don't tear or rip that when you're pulling it out. So now with the glove box out, you can see here that that black bit of plastic is where your cabin filter is stored, so you don't actually need to remove it, but it does give you a bit more access and you can see a bit more for what you're doing. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to do that or not. The plastic trim sort of holding it in is a bit finicky. You just pull from the bottom and then the top should come out. So just be careful with it, because you obviously don't want to break that. Now, because we don't care about the old filter, you can just yank it out. Putting it back in is not so simple, but just pull out your old one and then we'll move on to that. So here is your nice little comparison of what it should look like compared to what it does. So that's definitely worth doing, because obviously this probably isn't doing much anymore. Also, this looks like some cheap one because it hasn't even got like an end, whereas my one, because it's Bosch, has like a nice little border on it, which should keep it nice and rigid. So you can see on the side it gives an airflow direction. So for the Corsa, you want the airflow direction pointing towards the back of the car. I found the best technique for trying to get it in was to sort of scrunch it together so the folds push together. It was really hard, if I'm honest. It's really not ideal. It's got a really bad space around it. So just do your best and try not to perforate the filter, because obviously once you get it in, then it won't be doing anything. So just be careful when you're installing it. So that is the new one in. And sadly, the best way I found to do this is to sit on your chair like this, with the dash out, or just the gearbox out. But Jesus, that was a pain in my... So just make sure it's nice and tucked in. We're going to put that cover back on, and then it should be all good to go. So the clip actually goes on a bit strange, but the way I found it is you hook it on over the top and then click the bottom in. And the final step is just to reinstall the glove box. And that concludes today's episode, guys. So nice and easy-ish. I mean, finding it and doing it was easy, but actually squeezing that cabin filter in wasn't ideal. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. If you're not subscribed, rectify that immediately, and I will see you in the next episode. Cheers, guys.